What about shooting her gun at or in her direction while she was holding her baby? And do you remember telling Detective Gaither that it was NARD who shot half his head off?
I don't remember saying that though.
Bro snitched and still got 7 years in prison. The Young Thug YSL RICO trial just got even more intriguing. Co-founder Walter D.K. Murphy testifies again, and it gets exposed that he snitched on a good amount of people back in 2015. Yeah, so Walter gave statements on a lot of information to detectives and interviews. Statements about Thug, Duke, NARD, his co-defendant, and the list goes on. You'll see. Hit subscribe, join the channel membership. It's only 10 cents per day. Love you guys. Here's the rest of the video. All right, Walter D.K. Murphy back up on the stand. Here we go. First look at Thug today. Got a nice turtleneck on with this looking clean as hell and tired. Like always, waking up every day at 4 in the morning.
Now, yesterday we talked about some names that you called Mr. Williams, and you told me you called him Little Jeff. And I think the other name was Prune. Is that a yes for the record?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever call him in 2012 and 2013, reference him by the name of Thug?
I might have said it, but I ain't. That wasn't like we on a daily basis.
When you were interviewed back in 2015 and 2016, during the course of those interviews, what did you refer to him as if they asked you questions during those interviews?
I can't even, I know I had an interview in 2015, but like far as like what was said and all that, I don't really remember that. I've been through a lot, like, and I know when I did those interviews, at that point, like, I would have lied, cut my arm off to get back to my son.
Man, I get it. He's trying to avoid jail to be with his kids, but bro probably told them a few things he shouldn't have told them.
You recall never really calling him Little Jeff at all in those interviews, and you only called him Thug throughout those entire interviews?
I don't recall. What did I call? Nobody in the interview.
That's why she was pointing that out, because he only called him Thug in those interviews.
We're part of the group Red Kartel. Is that a yes?
Yes.
And when you're part of Red Kartel, that you joined Red Kartel initially for music.
Yes.
When you joined Red Kartel for music, was Miss Williams doing music as well?
I don't think me and him was like really hanging around that time.
If you were already a part of Red Kartel, which was a music group, why was there a need to form YSL to do music?
A lot of the guys I was in Red Kartel, we had like went to prison or like moved on their life, like gay wrap up, found a way to pay bills. I was my mom's oldest son, and we kept getting put out lights off.
You said you had to find a way to pay bills?
Yes.
And what way did you find to pay bills?
The streets.
What do you mean?
Any means in the streets. I didn't have a job, so if I had to take it, if I had to do whatever, I had to get it. I was my mom's oldest son. I was the only man in the house.
And when you say you had to take it, what do you mean?
Robbery.
YSL. Were you YSL before you were claiming SMM, or were you SMM before claiming YSL?
You asked me to think about it a long time, but I think I was claiming SMM before. Or calling myself SMM before.
Is that what your answer is?
Yes.
So Miss Hilton's fishing for lies here because she has previous statements from him on an interview in 2015, 2016 that they're going to show at a different time. He's going to say he doesn't remember all this, but he does.
And remember that it was a prosecutor with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, your attorney, as well as investigator Dennis at that property. Remember that?
Yes.
All right. And do you recall them asking you about YSL and SMM?
I don't remember like specifically what they said, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the questions. They asked me like a series of questions.
You said that it was YSL before Blood, and then YSL became SMM.
I don't remember saying that, but I told you at that point I would have said anything to get back to my son.
So you wanted to be under the SMM structure?
The Blood structure. I felt like that would have brought my like publicity or whatever.
So he just said they became Blood for publicity and to be like a famous rapper image.
I don't remember doing that, but I told you at that point I would have cut my arm off. I would have lied to anybody to get back home.
You would have lied to anyone to get back home. So he's saying it was all lies.
Were there any particular colors that was associated with YSL?
I mean, it wasn't really associated, but the color of slime was already green, and we was calling ourselves slime light, so it was just like.
They ask a lot of questions about the colors, but I know it's they're showing gang affiliation and people wearing colors representing their gang and shit, but it is so fucking annoying.
Some of the identifiers of YSL are wearing green or red bandana. Some colors of YSL are red for blood and green for slime.
Bro talking a little bit too much. Like it's not looking good.
It was just a hand sign. It's just 3 fingers. YSL used several hand signs, some of which are wiping the nose with the index finger, curling the ring and pinky finger inward towards the palm while extending the index and thumb with the middle finger slightly curved. It's just like wipe your nose.
Do you do like what you just did?
You just wipe your nose.
This is crazy that we're on trial and this is being all brought up, dude. I just find this so funny.
Was there any other language that members of YSL would use?
Like slap or slime? Not to my knowledge, that was it, I think.
Were there other emojis that you acknowledged were some of the symbols that YSL used?
Yes.
Can you please identify other members of YSL?
It's a lot of people. I just know 2 other people. I don't know all the other ones.
Okay. Who are the 2 other people that you know in this room that are members of YSL?
I know Yak and Shannon.
So he's identifying these guys in the courtroom as gang members and YSL. I mean, it's not like the jury probably didn't already think this, but I mean, this guy's snitching, right? That's what this is. That's what's going on.
Was he a part of the gang YSL as well?
He's scared to answer that. He really is trying his hardest not to snitch, but you agreed to it, bro. It's over.
What about Quantavious Greer, also known as Uncle? Is he related to Mr. Williams?
Yes.
How is he related to Mr. Williams?
That's his brother.
Was Unfung a part of YSL?
Unfung was in prison when we came up with YSL. I don't see how that was.
And then what about Jimmy Winfrey, also known as Roscoe or PLEA Roscoe?
Yeah, I know Roscoe.
And it's Roscoe YSL.
See, that's why I get tricked. I don't know if he was like, I just know him from working with the label. I don't know nothing about him. And then that chick with the white shirt on, yeah.
Right here. And is this that same individual that you did not know from yesterday?
I don't even remember. He was younger than me.
She said, is that the same individual you didn't know yesterday, but now you know him?
Mr. Murphy, you just said that you didn't know the individual I pointed to who were in a couple of the pictures yesterday. How do you know he's younger than you?
I don't remember him like that. I remember him just being younger than me. I seen him around though.
Okay, so you know who he is, but you never had a conversation.
Yeah, I never really was cordial with him. I ain't never.
There's multiple pictures of you with him.
You also have YSL tattooed on you?
Yes.
How many YSL tattoos do you have on you? Is it just one?
You mean like the letter?
Yeah, the letter YSL.
Yeah, I can't really think, but I got a lot of tattoos. But I know this one right here on my face though.
Okay.
I got a snake on my face and slat on my face.
More Instagram posts of his Instagram with his YSL tat from 2014.
YSL for life.
And again, is this you with the YSL tattoo on your face?
Yes.
Do you also have a tattoo Haiti on your face?
Yes.
What was the significance of tattoo Haiti on your face?
That's Lil Jeff's daughter name.
He has Thug's daughter's name tatted on him. I think he's lying though. That's about Haiti, like the gang, like Zoes or whatever.
I wanted to be a rapper. Popular, what rappers was doing, putting tattoos in their face.
What was popular what rappers were doing?
Putting tattoos in their face.
What's your distinction between a rap group and the gang?
I don't understand that question.
Sure.
Can you dumb it down?
In the plea agreement on page 2, it says that YSL, otherwise known as Young Slime Life, began as a neighborhood group, but it evolved into a gang. So if it changed from a group to a gang, what was that distinction? What was that change?
I think, so you asking me like my part in it? That's what you asking?
What was it? Why was it a group first and how did it become a gang?
I think it became a gang when I got committed for the crimes I did.
Okay, so.
And I stopped rapping and started back robbing and being in the street. I don't know what nobody else was doing. Members of and associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of YSL, and these crimes included, but are not limited to the following: murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault, robbery, illegal possession, illegal firearm possession.
Damn, he agreed to all that? That's crazy.
I have personal knowledge that members and or associates of YSL participated in or contributed to YSL by committing at least one of the acts listed.
Are you aware of other YSL members who were committing crimes?
I mean, they was locked up around the same time I was locked up. So a lot of us got locked up in 2015. It was like majority of all of us got locked up in 2015. I had a series of charges: attempted murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, the ones that's listed.
To your knowledge, do you know if Shay and Micah ever stayed in the same location together?
Yeah, they had an apartment together.
Do you know where that apartment was?
I think it was in zone 3 though, but I don't know remember where exactly it was at.
Now this is obviously about the robbery incident we've been covering the past 2 weeks. Remember, DK allegedly stole a gun from her in that robbery and shot it at her house, her own stolen gun. The apartment they're talking about.
Was PLEA in a gang?
He claimed blood. I don't know if he was like a real blood or not though. Get some lean or something from him.
To get some weed?
Some lean.
Lean? Yeah. Did he sell lean?
Yeah.
This was a mistake eating this little thing of ice cream right here that I just found in my freezer. My mouth's blue.
Did you ever go to her home with you, Mr. Williams, and one of Mr. Williams' brothers?
One of his brothers?
Yes.
No, not one of his brothers. All his brothers way older than us. They don't hang with us.
Have you ever been to her home with you, Mr. Williams, and any other person?
Yeah, player.
Outside of PLEA?
No.
So he's saying that whole robbery situation is not true. Ms. Bennett made it all up.
Have you, Mr. Williams, ever been to their home together?
I just answered that with player.
Have you ever been to the home when PLEA was not there?
No, that would be kind of weird.
Have you ever gone to Shay's house without PLEA and an individual put a gun to the back of her head?
No.
What about you robbing or taking her belongings to be cash, a baby book bag, Beats by Dre headphones, and her weapon and her gun?
No.
So who's lying? I'm a Thug fan, but I do believe this happened because why would she make up this whole elaborate story and snitch on them in 2013? Like, she snitched and realized that she probably shouldn't have, and then that's why she never cooperated with the police after that day.
What about shooting her gun at or in her direction while she was holding her baby?
I did a lot of stuff. I ain't never did nothing with nobody I grew up with or nothing like that. Especially not no female.
Did you ever try to steal any from?
I did a lot of things. I ain't never did. I don't even know how they look.
Or did Buck ever steal in your presence from Shay with you and Mr. Williams' presence?
But with my friend, but he a thief. He stole a lot. So.
Have you ever started?
He stole from a lot of people we went around. A lot of girls we had around.
Robbing drug dealers, anyone that he could target to get money from, bro. And he apparently shot his gun at people several occasions. Like,
I don't recall all that. That was a long time ago. And I got shot that day. Twice.
You got shot twice. Where did you get shot at?
In my main artery, in one of my thighs. I can't remember. I think it's the left and my right heel on my foot.
Do you remember what started that day before you got shot?
I was real high. I don't remember what started it. I remember before I got shot. I don't remember the day before I got shot. I just remember waking up, like, in the hospital bed.
Being in a car that went airborne and hitting a wall.
No, I heard about it though.
Do you remember if there was anyone with you that day before you got shot?
So she's trying to see if he'll say Thug was in the car. Obviously, he ain't gonna say that, because that was the whole conspiracy, that they had Thug in that back seat and he ran and he got away with it and never got caught, never got charged, nothing. But he got shot, so obviously he got caught and arrested.
I don't really remember who. Yeah, and then I don't remember what year, but my mama's house got shot up and I got hit twice.
Damn, bro was a target. Mama's house got shut up.
When you woke up at Grady Hospital, do you recall speaking to police?
No, I recall speaking to my mama.
Do you know why your mom's house got shot up?
It was a drive-by. Huh?
Do you remember shooting at anyone on this day when you got shot?
No.
So your testimony says you don't remember anything that happened.
Recapping testimony. That's an objection.
Brian Steele said objection. She's recapping testimony.
You remember nothing of that day before you got shot?
Objection has to answer.
Yeah, it's been asked like 4 times.
No, I don't.
You ain't getting it out of him, Miss Hilton. You can keep trying, Miss Hilton, but he ain't gonna snitch about that.
Have you been caught for every robbery you've done?
Don't answer that. Rephrase that.
Your Honor, we will be giving you some use immunity.
Just don't. You're not gonna answer that question.
He said, DK, don't answer that, brother.
The robberies that you've done, have you committed them with other YSL members?
I already answered that. The one that I got caught with, the one I went to prison for.
Are you familiar with a person by the name of Donovan Thomas Jr.?
I heard that name before.
Nickname Nut or Big Nut. He's sadly passed away, and apparently, I'm pretty sure Shannon Stillwell is the accused shooter of that whole situation. And that whole situation, killing Donovan Thomas, caused like this whole gang war with their rival gang.
This trial, this case.
Okay. Prior to this case, had you heard of his name?
That name, no.
Okay, what name do you know of?
Nut.
Okay. And is that what you called him?
Yeah.
How do you know Nut?
From being out, club, and stuff.
Did you have a relationship with Nut?
I wouldn't say it was a relationship. We knew each other though. He had a relationship with my kid's mother. Yeah, I recall the interview.
Okay. And do you recall during that interview when they asked you about Nut, you told them that Nut was the head of IF gang?
I would have said anything to get back home.
Would there be any reason why telling the police that Nut was the head of IF gang would get you out of jail?
That's probably something I heard from somebody else.
Back in August 2016, you told the detectives that he was part of IF gang.
I don't remember saying that.
Are you aware of his death in January 2015?
Yeah, he did.
All right. Where were you back in January 2015?
At Grady Hospital.
Why were you at Grady Hospital?
A fractured spinal cord.
How'd you get your fractured spinal cord?
Car accident.
This man been through everything, dude. But why is he snitching on Donovan Thomas, too? This man was snitching on everyone in 2015, 2016, dude.
Were you aware of any beef or disagreement between IF gang and YSL?
If I was, it was something I heard. I ain't like witness no beef or nothing like that going on.
Do you recall telling Detective Donovan Thomas during the interview that there was beef? Not that you heard about the streets, but that there was beef between IF gang and Slime, and that we were beefing.
I don't remember saying it.
Detective Dennis, that we as a Slime were beefing with IF gang.
I don't remember saying it.
Thug sitting there thinking, damn, my boy DK snitched on me 7-8 years ago. That's crazy. Giving them information about my gang and shit. That's unreal.
Were you present at the compound with other YSL members when Lil Wayne was performing at the compound?
Yes.
Ooh, he was there? Uh-oh. He was at that Lil Wayne bus shooting.
Who did you go to the club with?
I can't remember who I was there. I just remember standing in the crowd.
You went to the club with Dolly, Dora, Buck, and you all arrived there in a Jeep together?
I don't remember saying that.
You don't remember saying that?
No.
And that also there was Shannon. They were all there at the compound
I
together?
don't remember saying that. There was a lot of us though.
Do you remember what you did once he saw you with that gun?
I ran.
Okay. And what if anything did you do with the gun?
I left it right there.
Where did you leave it?
I know it went on me when I stopped running.
Were you going to do anything in the club towards Lil Wayne that night when you walked into the club?
That man like the president. Man, how you gonna do something to Lil Wayne?
That man like the president.
Stating that y'all want to go in and maybe boo at him or maybe create some type of havoc inside of the club.
No, I don't recall saying that.
Do you recall seeing Shannon at the compound that evening?
No, I don't recall saying no. That was so long ago.
What about Roscoe? Do you recall seeing Roscoe at the compound that evening?
No.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Dennis that you saw both Roscoe and Shannon at the compound that evening?
No.
Bro was telling them everything what everyone was doing.
Was Mr. Williams with you all at the compound?
I don't recall. I don't know.
You spoke to Mr. Williams and he was upset with you because you had brought Dora and Dolly to the club that evening.
That sounded right. He was mad at me for doing a lot of stupid stuff back then.
Thug was mad at him for bringing his sisters there.
Did you go to the gas station with anyone?
Yeah.
Who?
Me and NARD.
And this guy apparently shot the guy that got shot in the head. But DK also got an attempted murder charge, even though he wasn't the trigger man. His name is Demise McMullen, nickname NARD.
That NARD received a phone call and then NARD told you, threw you a chopper and told you let's ride.
No, that sounded like a movie. I told you I was high back then. I would have said anything.
He's blaming it on being high. So he was low-key snitching on his co-defendant in that 2015 case. How'd he still get 7 years in prison? He snitched on all these people and still gets 7 years?
NARD was driving, you were in the passenger seat, and Fatty was in the back seat.
No, I don't understand that.
You thought you were going to get a catch or thought you were going to hit a lick. That's what you thought was going to happen.
It sounds like me. I'm always was trying to get a lick by then.
You were always trying to get it. Okay. Do you see where you are?
Yes. Behind the door, the dude holding the door. You look like you holding the door. Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's that in 13 Charlie?
Didn't know it.
What does he have in his hand?
Okay.
Would you call that a chopper?
Yeah, they look like a chopper.
It looks like a chopper. That NARD then rolled down his window, took the chopper, and you actually crossed your hands, and then he shot into the vehicle multiple times, about 3 to 4 times, inside the vehicle with the chopper. And then after shooting, y'all took off and y'all drove.
I don't know what I'm saying.
He told them that NARD pulled the trigger and everything. Bro was snitching.
Showing you pictures of the victim with half of his head cut off.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And do you remember telling Detective Gaither that it was NARD who shot half his head off?
I don't remember saying that though.
Bro snitched. That's crazy on everyone. And still got 7 years in prison.
You looked at him like a brother, and that you had done so much for Thug that your only job at that point in 2015 was to watch his mother and his 2 sisters, Dolly and Dora.
No, I don't recall saying I had to watch them.
And that he wanted you to kind of lay low.
That don't even sound right.
Was Mr. Jeffrey Williams in the room with you when you met with detectives?
No.
Was Shannon in the room with you when you met with detectives?
No.
Were you able to tell them everything that happened on April 12th, 2015?
I don't know. I don't remember what I told them. I told you I wouldn't have told them anything to get home to my family.
So you snitched. You would tell them anything to go home to your family. You snitched. But you still got 7 years.
I told them whatever I wanted to tell them to get home quicker. I just told you that. I've been telling that all day.
That's pretty much it for today. Walter getting exposed by Miss Hilton on the stand with all this shit that he told on people back in 2015, 2016 and still got 7 years in prison. I still think they haven't connected YSL to a lot of this because it's like individual crimes of people that are just in YSL, but it's not a big enterprise gang. They need to prove furtherance of YSL as a gang, but hit subscribe, join the channel membership. It's only 10 cents per day. Love you guys. Peace out.